Hi everybody and welcome to today's elevaTOURS unboxing and review. Today we are going to be looking at the Vantrue Nexus 5, which is in my opinion the best dash cam I have ever owned. I already have one of these dash cams, however, Vantrue was kind enough to send me this dash cam for review and to install in the Toyota. If you would like to get a deep discount on one of these dash cams, please click the link in description and you can order any Vantrue dash cam and get a significant discount. With that being said, this camera was provided to me by Vantrue, but everything in this review and unboxing is based on my own opinions and experiences. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our trusty friend the X-Acto knife to get this plastic off. Now the camera comes in this nice box with a very satisfying seal to break. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what's in the box. It's a very sturdy box, so it will not get damaged in shipping. It's packaged very nicely. You have a card here that tells you to activate your warranty. Ooh, this is packed really nice. Foam. Let's take everything out and we'll look at each individual item. Again, very nicely packed in this box. First, we'll open up this box right here. This includes mounting stuff and some strips, some clips for wire management. This is your power adapter for cigarette lighter 12 volt use. A tool to help you pry back your car's interior to run the cables. This right here is the mount for the dash cam and where it hooks up to the GPS and the power supply. This right here is your USB cable for hooking up to the rear dash cam. In here is a quick start user guide. This will give you all the instructions you need to mount the dash cam, as well as a video I'm going to do here in the near future showing you how to do so. A sticker for your car, adhesive primer, some protective films, and share and win. And of course you have this in other languages too, which is pretty cool. And lastly, a microfiber cloth, as well as a USB A to C cable that plugs into this conveniently located outlet on the back of your power supply. So that way, not only can you power the dash cam, but you can also charge a cell phone at the same time. That's a very nice feature that I use every day. This right here is the rear dash cam. Let's take a look at that. Obviously, it shows you which way to mount it correctly. This is the adhesive that you mount to the rear window. And here is your inward and outward facing cameras, which they are adjustable. You can adjust these to whatever pitch you need based on the angle of your windshield. And this right here is the main event recorder. This is the front dash cam, which has a protector on the lens so you don't get fingerprints on it. But this is the outward facing camera, and this is the inward facing camera, which is fully adjustable. And this under here is the dash cam's screen, and this takes a micro SD card. I recommend a 64 gigabyte or higher. And opening the micro SD card slot is really easy. It's just magnetic. And there's where the SD card goes. So this is what you get in the box if you buy the Vantrue Nexus 5, which I already own one. I had it in my old Hyundai Accent and I was able to move it to the Prius. Now I will show you how I have the cameras set up in the Prius. We will also take a look at some low light and bright light footage out of all 4 cameras, and stay tuned for a video showing a detailed installation in the Avalon. Here's the front camera and main event recorder. This is the rear camera, and here's how I've routed power to the main camera. I've run it up through the headliner, down the A-pillar, which if you have airbags, you have to remove it and route the cable around your airbags. I ran it down the weather stripping, up against the firewall, and into the cigarette lighter. Where yes, I'm using this handy little charger. Routing the cable to the rear camera can be interesting. I routed it up along the same route down the A-pillar, and at this point I ran it into the weather stripping of the car. Down behind this trim, I had to remove all this trim to route the cable up under that piece of trim. And I had to remove this piece of trim here, and I had to remove the weather stripping. As you can see, I routed the cable behind the airbag. This is very important if you have airbags. I ran the cable up along the weather stripping behind this trim here. And this car being a hatchback, I was able to conceal most of the wire, but unless you want to take apart all your trim, you're going to have to do this. Where some of the wiring in the rear is visible. And please note, using the included cable, I only had maybe 6 inches of slack left in it after this. This is what the audio on the camera's microphone sounds like. I have the radio playing as well. Now we will drive into a parking garage, and this will show what it's like in a low light environment. Now we were going to be driving back out into daylight again. Watch how the camera switches. And here we are back out in daylight. This is what the audio on the camera's microphone sounds like. I have the radio playing as well. Now we will drive into a parking garage, and this will show what it's like in a low light environment. Now we were going to be driving back out into daylight again. Watch how the camera switches. And here we are back out in daylight. This is what the audio on the camera's microphone sounds like. I have the radio playing as well. Now we will drive into a parking garage, and this will show what it's like in a low light environment. Now we were going to be driving back out into daylight again. Watch how the camera switches. And here we are back out in daylight. This is what the audio on the camera's microphone sounds like. I have the radio playing as well. Now we will drive into a parking garage, and this will show what it's like in a low light environment. Now we are going to be driving back out into daylight again. Watch how the camera switches. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and that it has given you an idea of what comes in the box if you buy this camera, as well as the performance of this camera in different lighting situations. After having used this camera for almost a year now, I will have to say it is absolutely the best dash cam I've ever had, but it's by no means perfect. The G-force sensor on it can be very sensitive at times, and the app is not the easiest to use. But those are the only complaints I have. Other than that, it is amazing in low light. You can clearly see license plates on this camera, and the inward-facing cameras are of a very high quality for what they are. This, as far as I'm concerned, is the best dash cam I've ever owned. I must say a huge thank you to Vantrue for sending me this camera to review. If you are interested in getting a Vantrue camera, there is a link in the description for a discount. Thank you for watching, and with that being said, that will be it. Uh-oh, the video's over. But it doesn't have to be. You can always watch more, and you know what to do. And don't forget to subscribe and light up that bell. Until next time, bye y'all.